I was asked the other day how I did my buildup for my heel knot on my bosal. And so I'm at that stage in this bosal, so I thought I would show it. Now, I usually leave this braid part out until after I get this knot tied, and then I lace it, bring it back. But to make the video faster, I've brought that back now before I tied this knot. But first, I measure my distances, so I've got this centered, and then I wrap it with artificial sinew. Then I wrap it around the center. Now, I've never put a wedge in one of my bosals, but as you can see, where I wrap the string around through the center, it creates the same thing that the wedge would do. So maybe that's the reason I've never done a wedge, is because I didn't see the need for it. But anyway, a lot of times people will just tie a ring knot and wrap these strands around it and through. But what I like is whatever lace that I braided the frame with, I take one of those strands, and you can see where this was braided, it was stretched smaller, so it looks smaller than this, but that's the same string. And I tie a side button knot. It'd be the same knot as I put right here for the side button. And that's what I go around, and that gives me the proportion of the size that I like to use. So let's tie a side button knot around where I've tied this off. And you do a free run, free run, free run, and it comes up here, and then that's your first crossing right there. And now with the side button knot, where it's an even number of parts, if this side's over, this side's under. So I went over there, and so on this side I've got to go under. And throughout this knot, the first move on that outside is going to be over on the right and under on the left. So this time it's over under, and I'm just building my pattern. It's kind of hard to do it under this camera and above this table. Now I turn it and I come under over. Now this time it's over, under, over, because we're just keep going over that standing end. Now on this side, it's under, over, under. Now it's over, under, over, and that finishes our 4-part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bite knot. 1, 2, 3. We count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bites. Okay, and we're back to our standing end. So this is where we start the process of turning this into a headhunter knot. And we just follow our standing end through the knot. Under, over, under. And that gets us to our right hand side. Now we're going to go over 2 and under 1, over 1. Over 2, under 1, over 1. Now on this side, it's an under 2, then over, under. Just wanting to cross them. I might be tying this a little bit too tight, actually. Okay, now it's going to be over 2, under 2, and then out over 1. So over 2, under 2, out over 1. Now we're under 2. Over 2, and out under 1. Now we got over 2, under 2, and out over 2. There's our 2. Now we're coming in under 2, over 2, and under 2. So there's our over 2, and there's our under 2. Now we're going to go over 2, split that pair, under 2, splitting that pair, and that finishes our knot. So we're going to just go clear out and go in under. I don't think I'm under that one. Under to about right there. So I went under 1, 2, 3, about 4. And then this tail on this end, I want it to go under, I guess that's about 4 that way too. Okay. Now I just leave those until I get to pulling my ends down. Now you want this loose enough that all of those strands are going to go around it and up through it. Okay, so this is where I would usually have this still braided out to here, and I've wet that enough that I can undo them. But I pull these down so they're even around my braid, around this knot that we just tied. That one probably will go to the other side. This one, that one. Sort these out so that they're in a nice order. This one can come this way. Have an earthquake here. Make you guys seasick. Okay, that one can go the other direction. And so these, now that I've kind of got them in an order that they're going to go in, we'll start with this one right here. And we're just going to take it under our knot. Just like that. And pull it up through. And our strands now are going to be turned so the flesh side is out and the hair side is against our knot, just because that is the direction that they're laying on the knot. And see how I come in and went up the left hand side of the strand that I did. That way I know which one I'm doing. I think this one ought to be the next one. It'll go. And you just do that with all of them. Now that I'm to here, and that's kind of in my way, I'll just snip it off. Do my next one. And then this will be the next one. But when I get all of these done till I get around to this other side, then I'll come back here and unbraid these down and do them. So it takes a little while, so there's no need to have the video running the full time because I don't know how to edit them. So I hope this will help, and when we get done with this, I'll show you my next step in the next video. Thank you for watching.